Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Rachel Smart. I'm a presidential marketing director with Juice Plus. I've been so grateful to be part of the Juice Plus company and this mission for over 23 incredible years. And I'm blessed to be able to have a training today to help you be able to upgrade your high quality customer care and to how to avoid cancellations or at least navigate them in a better way. And also to help you circle back to customers that might have canceled. And it's really about loyal customers, having high integrity. And also, if you do that, you're going to be able to get more leverage in inviting people to partner with you and to have lifelong customers. They're really the bedrock of our business and our paycheck. So before I forget, I just wanted to let you know this is not a customer care training per se, but I wanted to let you know some of the things will overlap with what you'll find if you go to thefreedomrevolution.com, enter the training under customer care. You have an incredible resource to review. I did. I'm a leader of the company, and I reviewed and I learned some things and reminded of some things. Courtney Shaw did a great video. It's a very short video, but very profound, of really how to do exceptional customer care. It has PDFs that help you know. I kind of downloaded some of these, but they're the basic 101 checklist. They have a 201, a little amplified 201 version of doing more exceptional customer care. They have customer care profile sheets. They have a Juice Plus experience sheets and some welcome letters that you can use for talking points. You can email them out if people like to get emails, and gives things to talk to children about as well. And then it has a lot of images and graphics. And what I've done is I just went out and grabbed my little book. I've had this for years. It's a big old book, but it's a customer care book. And I keep a lot of my clients, I tab them after the first 4 months that I use the questionnaire from old to the month time, and formats have changed. But on the back, I put in little notes that regard to the customer so that I can better serve them. I can follow up, and sometimes I keep them in the notes section of the phone. So you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be present and making sure that we're trying to do a good job, and we'll find our way through the mess of the wonderful things that we get to do to bless others. But I just want to make sure we're directed there to have a base. So today in my training, I'm going to do 5 things. Number 1 is to help you understand why customers may cancel, the top 5 things that customers cancel for. I think awareness is the key to change. The second thing is how to avoid, through education, better conversations and have a clear expectations for you and your customers so that you can serve them better. I'm going to give you some personalized support of how to navigate some real conversations, community involvement, engagement, how to give some incentives and rewards to build those better relationships, keep your customers become more engaged with their needs, and have a leverage tool support them. And then I'm going to share some things at the end. So anyway, I'm just going to go over, and recommend you get your pencil and paper ready and take good notes. And we always are trying to fine tune this, but if you know, you'll do, right? Know better, you do better. Before I begin, I just wanted to make sure too that you know you're certain you're going to lose some customers, even with good care. But I can promise that you'll keep most of your customers with great care. The first thing is people are going to quit if they're overstocked in product because they're not being cared for, and we let their box ship out without notice. So it's really a responsibility, it's respect to make sure that they know when their box are going to be shipped out. And we want to make sure that we help, set them up for success, and we can adjust the orders. But if we don't, and we let boxes ship out without communication, throwing people into a pool, expecting them to swim without having help and guidance with little conversations, you're going to dampen relationships, and that's not what we want to do. So understand that's really important. So how we do that, how we prevent that, is to have a clarification on the first conversations, and then that first 4 months. We talk about what they're expecting, what they've done before, what they know about Juice Plus. It's going to help heal and restore and bind toxins, and it often can unveil problems. It never is going to cause any issues. And we help them create habits of taking Juice Plus, and tips, that are also in the training that I mentioned above with the freedomrevolution.com. They give you some other tips as well. So for the sake of time, go look at that. But we give them get them to be a habit of taking Juice Plus, how the shipments are coming out, how come the 4-month is a blessing, because they're able to upfront it and pay in monthly installments for their gift. It's a gift. And we also have ways they prefer to connect and communicate. So you want to keep records of that. Be a professional. The second thing is to, I like to add in that conversation up front, is I like to get to know them a little bit better too. So I know if I'd like to invite them to partner, I'd like to see about referrals. And I use the acronym FORM. And I just ask, tell me about your family so I can serve you better and know how to share things. O is for occupation, but I say, what do you do for work? Or what does your husband do? So I can kind of know what to send them or keeps them on my radar. What do they do for recreation or fun? What do they like to do? So I know what to include them into with some of our community events and some of our Wednesday wellness events. And then M is for what really matters to them. And so that I can talk about, have you ever considered, lifting a financial burden off your husband, or if you're considered sharing and being part of something amazing with community, it gets me and you a way to navigate better conversations. And then we can know what to leverage the additional support. The second way people often are canceled is because their credit card has declined and then they went into collections. And what's happening now that's so wonderful is that we often would have to go to our just customer genealogy report, which we should still. We look for the D's and the D's for decline or C's for cancel, but now they're actually showing up in our myjuiceplus.com, and they're emailing, the company's emailing us to remind us to call the people that have declined cards. What a blessing, so that we can call them. We need to make sure that we do not cause angry people to get triggered because they go into collections and they think it's going to go on their credit. It is an in-house collection, but it has to be fixed, or they can't get their product and they end up having to pay the whole box off in full. They may not even realize that, and that gets them angry, and they don't want to do it. So make sure we keep that relationships there. The third thing is I wanted to address we want to discuss and talk to them, the customers, about gas or detoxification or any digestive issues. So up front, or that first or second conversation, is tell me how you're taking Juice Plus. Are you experiencing any detox? Our fruits and vegetables detox the body, and talk to them about getting in a rhythm. And if they have some struggles, we end up going slower. And what I like to tell my customers, that the soldiers within, sometimes they're really sleepy and sluggish and they don't want to do the work. They fight against, and they're untrained. And so when we start giving them nutrition and ammunition, they know how to better work. So I give them a recording that we find in some of the resources on gut health, detoxification. There's graphics in our boards. It's an app for those that are new. Boards is a system of filing system we can pull from to give you support and tools and aid into digestive issues. So cover that up front, and don't be afraid to talk to them. Get them in good rhythm. The fourth thing is avoid having customers pay in full. We have a gift the company offers to allow that 4-month supply, that box of Juice Plus, for the different products we have, to be paid in installments, 4-month installments. And it's broken down to be a 2-digit number, not a 3-digit number. So we want to make sure that people like seeing that 2-digit number. And I tell them consider it part of your grocery budget. And it's a gift. I use it as a gift that instead of I don't want my money taking out, I go, you get to decide when your card is withdrawn with your credit card. And it's a gift. They let you have all your Juice Plus, and you can take it as you go. What a blessing. So help people pay on installments and tell them why, what a blessing. It is a part of your grocery budget. The fifth thing that I wanted to share is that people cancel if you do sloppy follow-up. I've had people that I'm working with that they get frustrated because they have a cancellation. And I said, tell me about how your follow-ups have gone. Because we're supposed to have, there's a rhythm that we mark out, getting the order in is just the beginning. We work on maybe the 5th day, the 15th day, there's little markings. What is it? The 5th, the 14th, the 30th, and the 40th day, the 60th day. Put those little trackers in your calendar. There's different systems to use, but make sure we're checking up regularly. We don't just say, how are you doing? They can say, great. And then you say, well, let me know if I can do anything for you. That is called a sloppy follow-up. And we don't want to wait till the 4th month before they check in and they realize they're not taking it. They forgot, they put it in their closet, not out on the table. And then we don't have a loyal relationship with them, and we didn't set up with right expectations. So for an example, to do a better job of following up, you want to say, did I call you at a good time? Call them, text them. Can I call you? I just wanted to check in for a few minutes. And maybe you want to say something that I like to do is kind of do a little posturing and power up statement before I ask them how they're doing. I say something like, I'm so excited that you've made this decision to make your health top priority. I'm excited about you and your family getting healthier and really elevating that protection through raw fruits and vegetables through Juice Plus. It's simple. Tell me about, and then I remind them why they started. Like, I remember when you said that you wanted to have more energy and more better sleep or regularity or less, struggle with digestion or whatever. I remind them, and then I ask them, how are you doing with starting out? Or how are you doing your first week, your fourth week, your third month? And then I may reiterate some stories to anchor that. If I hear words like it's a vitamin, I try to say, I used to think it was too. I listen for words in a conversation and reinforce their excitement, and then solve any challenges with make sure I give them other tools to listen to reinforce that. A story, I'm searching. And if you're new, you ask your sponsor to help you do this, okay? So we want to make sure we do better customer care by asking better questions and better posturing. And you can really have better conversations and helping people with a smile, a good energy, and just going back to remind them of why they started. So here are some real examples and responses of what some of my clients may have said in the past. I've been involved for 23 years, so I can tell you that some people say, I'm going to cancel because my child's not taking it. So I always like to say, I could totally relate. I have children and sometimes they could be challenges, but tell me more about that and tell me what you want for your children. What's their health challenges? And then I just say, this is what I know to be true. This is going to be the best thing you ever did. And you're a good parent. You want the best. I can tell you tips on helping your child take it. You go back to the image that is in the boards as well as into the customer care training I mentioned. If a kid's file that talks about ways that kids can take it better. And when I was a mom of young kids, because my kids are all grown up and I have 9 grandkids now, I would have my kids set the table and I would put the Juice Plus on the plate. So there was no reason why they would never not take it. They want to eat dinner. You say a prayer, you take your water, you take your Juice Plus, and then you're ready to eat. So it never was a choice. I tell clients that wishy-washy parents make wishy-washy kids. It's what we do. It's like we don't ask our kids if they're going to do homework. We do homework and we practice and we become the best. There's things that we don't allow, we can't do, right? So I try to reinforce that and laugh about it. The other thing I wanted to mention was clients cancel because they may say it's expensive. And I always say, tell me why you got started again, what value, help me understand what you really wanted. And then I say, I felt a little bit like that at the beginning until I really started thinking about my health, a priority, and I look at it as an expense, not an expense. It's an investment versus an expense. So it's an investment rather than an expense, and I save money, I save peace of mind, it's prevention, and I go back to, if they were taking a quad order, I may go back to a duo order where it's only $13 a week. So I break it down to that weekly price, or I drop down from what they are taking so they stay involved and then we can upgrade later. And I may say things like, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm worried about the mental illnesses now surpassing heart disease and things like that. I bet that's worrisome. It's for me and I want my kids protected. And so that's why I do what I do. And so it kind of reinforces that people want to do what's best and they need some education, they need a little encouragement. We also want to let you know how to go back to customers that have canceled. I love to do this. I keep a track of people that have canceled in my time periodically, and I circle back and I say something like this. I remember you from the past, and I often go back to some of my customers that they get lost or kind of got off track or overloaded with some neglect or not taking Juice Plus regularly. And I wanted to make sure I was at least going back and circling back to you because I care to see if you're open to at least looking at the updated research and the results that we're seeing. I know health is important to you. Tell me about you. What's going on? What's your health goals? What are you excited about or challenged with? So I go back with a caring heart. And those are some things that really have worked, and a percentage of them do work. I want to tell you a personal story about a lady that I've been helping probably about 2 months ago. And her name is Sandy Reed. And she's a widow of a couple of years, has a big family, and has been taking Juice Plus for 2 years. She loved it. She was taking all the products except the shakes. And she came back and said, I was thinking, and I had done all the good work. I did all the, connections and the assurance and the expectations. I did all the good thing. And she said she wanted to cancel. So I said, well, tell me about you. I said, what are you looking for when you look at a product? And she said she was thinking about taking balance of nature. And I said, tell me why you would want to do that. And she got hyped up in some of the advertisement. I go, are you looking for advertisement? Are you looking for research? And then I said, you remember, you've been taking Juice Plus for 2 years. You have seen changes. You want the best. You deserve the best. Then I kind of got angry, inspired. And I said, from a sister to a sister, I care about you. You do what you need to do, but will you at least look at the research and the video and review what you have been doing? Because you deserve to have the best as you begin to age more and more. I says, I have to have you do that. Will you do that? And then I'll call you next week and we'll go over it. When I called her the next week, she said, you're right. I looked at everything you said and I gave you the comparisons of balance and nature with the graphics that were in our boards. They have a little Q&A and how to navigate some of those harder conversations. And she looked over that and they don't have the research and they don't have the studies and they are not ethical in so many ways. So I said, make a decision. And she said, yes, and I want to order the shakes. So I not only saved the order, but I got an upsell. And she referred some things with a few orders from people that she knew. So basically, you navigate those things and you're surprised. And sometimes they do cancel, but then circle back around and it's just sometimes it's the stage, but you do your best and you can sleep at night. One of the things I wanted to share, one more story before I close, is doing three-way connections to help get customers to consider not canceling or coming back after they canceled, or to reinforce that customer care gold mining calls that we can share their up level their experience or reinforce their experience and decision to take Juice Plus. But I was doing a connection with my partner, Debbie Groner, one of my leaders. And she had a lady that she wanted to partner with, and she had been a customer and had canceled a couple years back. And so she wanted to have her back on board. So I said, let's give her a call. She gave me some little information about how I could connect with her, called her up and she said something like this, hey, Susie, I just wanted to let you know, I was really surprised. And well, first she says, did I get you at a good time? I've had you on my heart today. And I was just thinking back and when you told me you really wanted to up level your health and then you canceled. And I just apologize for not doing a good job of educating you, or, I wanted at least to make sure that you had upgraded information. And I asked a friend, Dr. Smart, to be on the phone today just to reinforce what we are about and how much we care. And I told her all about you. So I just said, it's so great to get to speak with you. I've heard some good things about you, and we just want to take a minute to tell you that you are being thought of and prayed over, and that you, had once decided to look at Juice Plus, but for whatever reason, got off. But I want you to know this is one of the best decisions I have ever made. I shared my story and how it helped me, how it reinforced getting more alkaline food, and I clarified some of the things that are up and coming that she might want to know about, and to re-educate her and see if she was at least open. And we shared some things. She ended up becoming back on the product and became a partner. So those are some ideas and some verbiage. You hopefully wrote some of those things down. Use your own voice. If you have your sponsor, your leader, or sideline support person help you with those conversations, they are magic. And in closing, I wanted to tell you that community engagement is really key. We, as a Juice Plus company, we have the Wednesday wellnesses, we have the Jumpstart for 2024 program, the Shred 10. We have our One Simple Change pages that are titled differently for different groups, but they foster community among our customers. And with social media groups, people can interact, they can see what others are doing. It's a leverage tool. And then we encourage our customers to share their stories and testimonials. And then we tag our customers in those pages so they can see the things that they may be missing. And then we share stories and we share webinars and we talk about our business. And we just kind of really are key in sharing in those social media groups. And we have things that we all share as a company. We're so blessed. And then lastly, incentives and rewards are so important. To have a loyal program where I often give my customers little incentives like this. These are digital. You can download these and give them digitally, but often I really want to prime a customer I really believe and want to help. I'll invest in, I think it's just a couple dollars to give them a hard copy of a recipe, booklet that we can copy off. Ask your sponsor, where you can get those. I also have postcards that I remind them to. I give them, I also recently went to the local store and had the Raise postcards printed off, but on the back I have Meet Your Raise a research summary put on these, which I love. What happens when you eat Juice Plus and get this raw food in within 2 hours, up to 10 years. But I put it on this card so they could have this put on their refrigerator. I also give them pillboxes, or things that they can, remember to take Juice Plus. I give them gift cards at Christmas, maybe $10. And referrals, I give my referral $20 or something that I could trade, because I do have a service that I give people little perks here and there. But lastly, I just want to reinforce that, implementing the strategies and the suggestions that I mentioned, even if it was just a few, it's going to help prevent customer cancellations. It's going to help you build long-lasting relationships and increase your Juice Plus business. And it is definitely the heartbeat of our company. It is the foundation to our business. And I want to thank you for joining in, and I hope these things helped you and your team. So grateful to have shared, and I look forward to hearing more of how you're doing and what are the services that I can offer as well. So you implement a few things and you get better and better and better.